the first independent intelligence agency. Refined but brutal. Civilized but merciless.
Predictably, the events of the Kingsman acts as an origin story for the Kingsman agency seen in the first two Matthew Vaughn films, based on the comics by Mark Millar and Dave Gibbons. While the Kingsman is a huge tonal departure from the more outrageous fictional circumstances of the first two Kingsman movies, it's not completely out of left field to involve World War I as part of the agency's genesis. The events of the movie follow the conflict created by Matthew Good's Shepard leading a shadow organization to influence international leaders by recruiting trusted aides and those with private access as spies. As a Scotsman, the Shepard wants to punish England and bring down King George V by orchestrating the Great War. Meanwhile, the Duke of Oxford, Shola, and Polly work against these efforts and with a spy network of maids, servants, and butlers to extract intelligence and prevent Russia from leaving and convincing the United States to join England in the Great War. After all three defeat the Shepard and send President Wilson the film negatives of his seduction by Mata Hari, the United States joins England in the Great War, and we jump to Oxford and King George V celebrating the services of the Duke and his late son Conrad. However, history still runs its course, and we see that Kaiser Wilhelm abdicates and Tsar Nicholas II and his family are unfortunately assassinated during a family portrait. Oxford then invites the king to the Kingsman tailor shop to discuss something very important. Oxford reveals that he bought the Kingsman tailor shop and converted the upstairs pattern room into the meeting room we know from the original movies. There he establishes that the Kingsman agency will be covert actors preserving peace and life beyond government oversight. He extends an offer of membership to those seated at the table, whose codenames, based on the Knights of the Round Table, are written on cards within envelopes in front of them. The Arthurian legend is referenced throughout the film because of the tales Conrad loved so much as a child. In the opening scene, young Conrad labels the Duke as King Arthur, his mother Emily as Guinevere, himself as Lancelot, and Shola as Merlin. As the new members go around the table, we learn their codenames. The Duke of Oxford still continues as Arthur, Polly the whip-smart badass is Galahad, Lance Corporal Archie Reed, who swapped places with Conrad at the front, is Lancelot, the United States Ambassador is Bedivere, foreshadowing that cross-Atlantic relationship with the yet-to-be-established Statesman Agency that is featured in Kingsman: The Golden Circle. That agency is named after the Statesman cocktail President Wilson drinks in this film. Continuing on, King George V takes subordination to Oxford's Arthur as Percival, and Shola arrives wearing a smart button-down and sweater combo reminiscent of Mark Strong's look as Merlin. Kaiser Wilhelm's right-hand man, Erik Johannesson, is the new Shepard and congratulates August Diehl's Lenin, in front of a vault filled of gold, mind you, on his assistance in leading the revolution in Russia. Coincidentally referencing his other cinematic universe, Bruhl's Erik explains that even though one head of their operation is cut off, two more can grow in its place. Calling back on Lenin's promise to Morton Shepard to be such an effective and strong left hand that he'll need to find someone as impressive to balance him out, Erik makes good on that challenge and calls in a young mustached man who, blink and you'll miss him, was at the Kaiser's abdication and the Tsar's assassination. In a truly outrageous reveal, this man introduces himself as Adolf Hitler.
No, Eggsy.
Hinting that any sequel would follow this shadow network as they create the events that lead to World War II. Where flamboyant tech billionaires want to control and/or destroy the world in the Kingsman movies, the Kingsman acts as a thesis for the agency itself. The current saying of Oxford's not brogues is derived from the Duke of Oxford explaining to Conrad the importance of being a gentleman, being Oxfords, not rogues. If you look past the crassness and hyper-violent action scenes, juxtaposed against this is a common theme found within Millar's works of men with privilege creating something larger than themselves that perpetuates good morals and a good heart. Setting this prequel against a global war emphasizes the value of duty and honor for one's country, something that becomes the unofficial inaugural test to join the Kingsman. What did you think of the Kingsman? Let us know in the comments. And for more movie endings explained, make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.
Nations will slaughter each other while we get rich.
This is going to be fun.